June 6th, college baseball picks on the college baseball experience on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Edge Boost, the bank account that is built for bettors. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with the promo code SGPN and get a free Refs Are Terrorists t-shirt. Claim your shirt at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/refs. We're also brought to you by Naira Bets. Get your $25 free bet for the Belmont by going to nairabets.com. That is nyrabets.com/SGPN25. Promo code SGPN25. And welcome back into the college baseball experience. What's going on, everybody? My name is Noah Bieniek, aka 77, and we're going to go through the Friday slate with some confirmed pitchers. We do have pitchers probable for all 8 teams that will be playing tomorrow in the 4 games that we'll see the beginning of super regionals, the super regional round in the NCAA Baseball Tournament. We went through and did some futures that we, Johnny and I, placed based on our projections of who may be pitching in certain spots in certain games. Now we know who's going in game 1, and we have betting odds for that, and also totals and lines as well. So we're going to jump into it without further ado, without delaying any further. That way, this is a quick in and out for those that are looking for just a quick show to get in on a little bit of a sweat in college baseball. We are going to begin with the noon game, which is North Carolina and Arizona. Yes, you heard that correctly. The Wildcats are playing at 9 a.m. local time here in this super regional where the NCAA had a ton of time to prepare. I don't know if this was necessarily North Carolina choosing the time slot, because if it was the Tar Heels' own doing, a very smart time slot choice by them. But I feel like with 4 different series that are beginning today, I don't know, maybe we could have chose like Miami, Louisville at noon, Coastal Carolina, Auburn at 3, maybe the West Coast team at 6 or 9, right? But anyways, we have Arizona playing at 9 a.m. and not 9 p.m. North Carolina, in a result of that, is minus 330 on the money line right now over at DraftKings. Shop around, find your best prices for all of these games. Arizona's plus 240 on the money line. The total is 10. Arizona's plus 2.5 at minus 115 right now. North Carolina minus 2.5 at minus 115 as well, going the other way. Throwing for Arizona is going to be Owen Kramkowski. He's been their game 1 guy for the last month and a half of the season. In 16 starts this year, he's 9-5 with a 4.73 ERA and 85.2 innings. He's got 82 strikeouts, 15 walks with a 3.27 SIERA. Opponents are hitting 289 against him. And on the road this season, it's a 6.14 ERA. Just reading it all the way across the board, it's not friendly to Arizona early on in this game script. And when you're going up against ACC Pitcher of the Year and Jake Knapp, I'm not quite sure that this game is going to go the Wildcats' way. And this matchup in general, I mean, both of these were my 2 biggest preseason positions to win the national championship. I have Arizona to win it. I have North Carolina to win it. I didn't choose the draw, but I do think it favors North Carolina pretty heavy, as they are the largest dog by largest favorite by quite a bit today here. And Jake Knapp is 13-0 on the year and 14 starts. He's got a 1.98 ERA in 95.1 innings. He's struck out 85 batters, walked only 16 with a 3.15 SIERA. Opponents are only hitting 185 against him, and in his last 4 starts, he's been outstanding with a 1.67 ERA. The bullpen's been incredible this year with a sub 3.30 ERA. Overall, I just think North Carolina up and down the lineup has been sticking it really well. And I think that Knapp's going to give them 6 or 7 strong. The game will be pretty short for the bullpen. They'll be able to hand it off to one of their top, go-to guys. And I think they get it out with a W here. And North Carolina is a pretty good parlay piece if you're feeling frisky on some of the other legs. North Carolina minus 2.5, I'm not necessarily as much of a fan of. if you are higher on LSU, if you're higher on like uh, uh, a Duke beating Murray State, those are probably two good dance partners here in a parlay for North Carolina. Personally, I'm having trouble as of right now figuring out a way to play North Carolina. When it comes tomorrow, and we get some other maybe like underdog fantasy player projections, I'll be looking at Nap or Carolina's offense, or when it comes to possible team totals, I would be looking at Arizona unders um, in that realm of ballpark, because we do have it's not strong, but gusts up to 10 miles an hour out to left field. So the total of 10 is a little bit more riskier knowing that information, and especially since, Owen Kramkowski pitches to contact, and North Carolina has been hitting very well down the finish of the season. I feel like I'm not willing to jump in on the under here with Knapp dictating a lot of the pace of this game. But the pick for me is North Carolina, and I have a better feeling about the under, but specifically on Arizona's side would be the way that I go if the team total market appears tomorrow prior to the game. Get all your free picks and podcasts for the Stanley Cup, the College Baseball World Series, the NBA Finals, all on the SGPN app. Get it wherever you find your apps, whether it's the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. Edge Boost is the first ever bank account that is built for bettors, ensuring that all gambling transactions are approved. There are no usage fees, no minimums. You can earn cashback rewards today and get 100% approval for all betting deposits. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with the promo code SGPN. And if you sign up this week, you'll get a free Refs or Terrorists t-shirt. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/refs to claim your free shirt. We are also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, as they are going long for their NBA Finals with their extender bonus on their Pick'em platform. Hop in during Game 2, and the longer that the series goes, the bigger that the bonus will get. Go over to Underdog Fantasy, use that promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick, plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCESGPN. And we are also brought to you by Naira Bets. Bet the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga with Naira Bets. Sign up today using the promo code SGPN25 and get a $25 free bet plus a $200 deposit match bonus. Whether you're a seasoned bettor or just getting started, Naira Bets makes it easy for you to jump in on the action. This exclusive offer is just for the Belmont Stakes this weekend, so don't wait. Join now. Claim your free $25 Belmont bet today at nairabets.com/SGPN25. And we are back here on the College Baseball Experience. We're running through the 4 games that we will have tomorrow in the Super Regional round. Then on Saturday, we're going to have 8. Sunday to be determined based off of how many of these first 4 go to a Game 3. And then on Monday, to be determined on the series that begin on Saturday, how many of those go to a Game 3. In Game 2 of the day, we have Miami and Florida doing battle in an ACC winner goes to Omaha matchup. The ACC is guaranteed at least one spot this week, so good for that league, and not necessarily one of the teams that we were kind of assuming that the ACC would get in. So I think that's very good for the league here, because both of these teams were kind of in that second tier of teams' quality throughout the year. You look at Miami and you look at Louisville, 2 teams that played really good ball in the regional. Miami, the offense showed up in the third or the second and fourth games of that regional. They were able to blow out Columbia and then dress up the score on Southern Miss, and able to kind of mask a little bit more of an offensive, I would say, weakness that this team had because the bullpen's solid. The weekend rotation's been really good down the stretch of the season. And we saw that both AJ Siskar and Griffin Hughes looked great last weekend. However, Louisville, Dan McDonald, the head coach, prior to the series last weekend, said that his pitching staff he felt was the healthiest it's been all season long. They enter that weekend in Nashville with a ERA as a team over 5.5, yet they give up 5 runs total, which was incredibly impressive. However, that's not the strength of this team. It's the offense. Up and down the lineup, they can mash. And you're getting a little bit of wind blowing out to right field in this matchup as well. AJ Siskar is going to be the arm on the bump. So you're going to get a right-handed hitter. Louisville is going to be able to load that lineup with lefties. And also, if you're able to hit one into that jet stream, this place the ball will fly. This place can play small at times, and we're going to see winds to around 10 miles an hour out to right field in this matchup. Siskar, in his last 6 starts, he's been great. One of those 6 starts were bad, but overall in that 6-start stretch, a 3 ERA. On the season, it's a 3.75 ERA. He's 6-1 in 9 starts. True freshman making a road start in the postseason, not necessarily totally confident here in this spot. He does have 64 strikeouts, 15 walks in 64.1 innings. But the way that Patrick Forbes has thrown the ball in some big moments this year, and at home, his ERA is almost a run less than on the road, or I should say, his ERA at home is almost a run less than his full season ERA. On the year, it's a 4.62. At home, he's throwing to a 3.93 ERA. In 60.1 innings this season, he's got 98 strikeouts, 29 walks, a 2.12 SIERA, 2.11 batting average against. Louisville, the bullpen hasn't been great. Like I said, they threw really well last weekend, but they were able to get good starts out of their starting pitching. Miami needs to get into that pen early and often in this series in order to, 1, win this series, but 2, and just this short-term approach, win this game. I think that Forbes has been at times dominant this year, and I'll take that Louisville offense to be able to do a little bit more damage than Miami in this matchup. I think Louisville is a good bet here at -175. The total is 12.5. I kind of like it to stay under 12.5. I don't have a whole lot of conviction on that pick. I feel a little bit better on Louisville winning this game outright. And yeah, we're gonna stick with that. And the third matchup of the day takes place in Corvallis, where Oregon State is hosting Florida State. This is a -115 both ways. Joey Vellini is on the bump for Florida State. The Seminoles left-handed pitcher has a 7.80 ERA in his last 4 starts. It hasn't been a great trend and trajectory heading into this road NCAA tournament matchup for the South Florida transfer. And also on the bump for Oregon State is Dax Whitney, a freshman arm who's been really good lately in his last 4 starts, a 2.05 ERA. At home, he's only given up 3 earned runs in 27 innings, so that's a 1 flat ERA. He's got 101 strikeouts in 66.2 innings, only 33 walks with a 3.78 ERA in the season, 2.42 SIERA, 2.20 batting average against. And for Vellini, he's got 97 strikeouts, 25 walks in 80.2 innings with that 3.68 ERA on the year. Again, 7.80 in his last 4 starts. I'm not necessarily thinking that Whitney's going to go perfect in this matchup. This is going to be one of the best offenses he's faced all season with some really good left-handed hitters. And I think that this is your higher scoring matchup of the day. This is probably my, I would say my second favorite over in this one. I think that Oregon State wins it, and minus 115 is a totally fair price when you're getting their bullpen at full strength. And Whitney's been in much better form as a pitcher lately than Vellini. So the way that their offense finished off that regional in Corvallis, I think Oregon State's got a really good chance of beginning 1-0 in the Super Regional Series with Florida State not throwing Jamie Arnold, their ace, in this game. So I think it's a hell of a move from Mitch Canham to not to give the nod to Dax Whitney instead of, tossing Eric Segura in a game one again, like he's done through the final half of the season. And also to begin that regional, he wasn't able to get out of the first inning in game one against St. Mary's. I think this is a good move by Mitch Canham. And it'll be interesting to see because Oregon State's lineup has had a little bit of a hole against left-handed pitching. That was my handicap on the series as an entirety. Against right-handed pitching, the Beavers are hitting 309 with a 960 OPS. Against left-handed pitching, which Vellini is a southpaw, the Beavers are only hitting 254 with an 832. There's a noticeable gap in the success of this offense. It's one of the worst remaining teams in the field of 16 against left-handed pitching. Both defenses are solid. Both offenses have been really good this season. There's not much separating it other than recent trend of pitcher, in my opinion. And that's what I'm going to go with. I think Dax Whitney has the slightly better matchup. I think this one has a good chance of going over. And that's where I'm going to take you. The Beavers to win the game and over 11 in this matchup. Before we get to that final game, and I mentioned some of my favorite bets at the end of the show, I want to tell you that SGPN has teamed up with Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas as they are giving away the ultimate fantasy football experience for a 12-person league to draft in Las Vegas and be treated like VIPs during the stay. You'll get a limo ride from the airport, a $5,000 tab at Stadium Swim, and a hotel stay for you and your 11 league mates. You can always get 15% off at any and all of the Circa properties in Las Vegas with the promo code SGP15, and you can enter the Ultimate Fantasy Football Contest for free at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/circa. That is sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CIRCA. And you've heard us over at SGPN talk about rhythm before, and now they've just dropped a game-changing feature called Power Trends. These are AI-detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won and has high return on investment. Power Trends are updated daily and are exclusive to Rhythm. There are no touts, no noise, just clean, data-backed bets. Download the Rhythm app today, check out Power Trends, and start betting smarter because you know that we will be. Get your 7-day free trial today at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That is sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Rhythm spelled RITHMM. And the college baseball experience is brought to you by mybookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on every sport, including the NBA Finals. For the true DGens, MyBookie Money Bag is also available for you. And MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations. It is easy to deposit, and you can get lightning fast payouts today using crypto. Head over to mybookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That is mybookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. And we are back here on the college baseball experience. Myself, Noah Bieniek, running through the June 6th Super Regional slate. We've got 4 great games that we'll be watching throughout the day. We have first pitch at noon Eastern, final game, first pitch at 9 p.m. Eastern. Perfect staggered start between the 4 games. However, the nightcap is a little confusing. We've got Coastal Carolina and Auburn first pitch at 8 p.m. Central, and then they'll begin at 2 p.m. Central the very next day. So consider me confused on why Arizona doesn't have a late first pitch. And this one is the nightcap, and it's not even a West Coast game in Florida State and Oregon State. Consider me flustered, quite frankly. But in this matchup, let me grab a swig of water real quick. In this matchup, we have Auburn and Coastal Carolina. Auburn being the host team, they're 8-0 in their home series this year. The biggest thing for me is that Auburn's defense has been very good this year. We'll see if Guevara is healthy and good to go in this series. But this place is going to play pretty offensively. There's not really a wind factor in Auburn for this game. However, Plainsman Park does, play pretty offensively, and Coastal Carolina is under a home run per game. Auburn, on the other hand, one of the more efficient offenses in the country, a good power offense. They have two really good left-handed bats, and Ike Irish and Cooper McMurray. And you're looking at a Coastal Carolina team that is very right-handed pitching heavy, especially in that starting rotation. And that's where I'm going to take you, because Cameron Fluke is on the bump for the Chanticleers. The right-hander in 15 starts this year is 7-1 with a 3.22 ERA and 86.2 innings. He's got 101 strikeouts, 18 walks, a 2.42 SIERA, a 2.10 batting average against, 2.33 ERA in his last 4 starts. However, on the road, Coastal Carolina hasn't been as sharp as they have been at home, and they haven't really played the quality of competition that Auburn is going to provide them this weekend, and also the type of teams that Auburn has kind of played all season long. Away from the Palace, Coastal Carolina has been a little bit shaky, especially offensively. But for Cameron Fluke as well, his ERA away from home is 4.11 compared to a 3.22 on the entire year. For Samuel Dutton, Auburn's number 1, his last 3 starts have been really bumpy. 11.25 ERA in the last 3. However, at home, he's got a 2.42 ERA on the year. For the entire season, it's a 3.84 ERA, home and road. In 15 starts, he's 7-3 with 82 innings pitched, 92 strikeouts, 18 walks, a 2.62 SIERA, and a 2.59 batting average against. Coastal Carolina's bullpen, I think, is stronger. However, I don't know if they'll be, dictating the game script or leading by the time they get into that bullpen. So I don't know what kind of pieces we're going to see, and if it's in an advantageous situation with them out in front of the Tigers in this series. I think that Auburn is going to have their way, not only in the series as a whole, but this game 1. Samuel Dutton, even if he doesn't go, fine. This is why I think this is my favorite over of the day, over 11. I think Auburn and Coastal Carolina are able to combine to get over that. So even if he doesn't have a great day, we have that over. But I'm betting on Samuel Dutton to have a little bit of a better outing than he's shown his last 3 times out. But yeah, I have Auburn winning the game just because Fluke on the road, Coastal Carolina on the road. This has been a multi-year thing with this Chanticleers program lately, for whatever reason. It's hard to explain, but they have been not quite as sharp away from the Palace. So I have Auburn winning this game. I like North Carolina in game 1, minus 330. You would have to probably parlay that with if you like Louisville at minus 175, that's not a terrible parlay piece. If you like LSU tomorrow against West Virginia, it's not bad. If you like Duke against Murray State tomorrow, that's not a bad dance partner there either. For me, I'm probably going to wait till tomorrow when we see a couple of other markets open up prior to first pitch. I may be looking at an Arizona team total under in this one. But yeah, for right now, North Carolina money line would be the side that I want to be on. Miami, Louisville. I like Louisville in this. If you are willing to lay the minus 175 and get action in on a game, this is probably my most confident money line pick is the Cardinals in this one tomorrow. Patrick Forbes has been great at home. I really do think that, one, in entirety. Matt Klein, the catcher, had been out with an injury since the end of March up until regional weekend. He comes back for regional weekend. The pitching staff was great. There is something to that where you're training with that catcher. That catcher knows his pitching staff really great. It's a senior, Matt Klein. And I do think that there's a certain comfortability with that backstop for a Louisville pitching staff that had struggled a lot throughout the year. So week one with him back behind the plate once again, and they look great. So I like Louisville a lot here. I think the offense also is a big mismatch against Miami, especially if the wind's blowing out. That should only help the Cardinals if they're able to get balls in play against AJ Siskar in this matchup. Game number 3 is the -115 toss-up between Florida State and Oregon State. I mean, it's Dax Whitney over Joey Vellini. It's a simple handicap for me. When I'm trying to divvy up the two here, you look at Whitney in his last 4 starts, it's a 2.05 ERA, and his 27 home innings pitched at Goss Stadium this year, he's only allowed 3 runs. He's on a really good tear. He is a freshman in an NCAA tournament game, but it's his second NCAA tournament game, so at least he's got that going for him. And he did throw really well against TCU just last weekend in an elimination game where the pressure may be a little bit even higher than it will be here in this matchup against Florida State. And Vellini, with his last 4 starts, he's not been in great form with a 7.80 ERA. So give me Oregon State to win this game at -115. And then we're going to wrap up with that Coastal Carolina Auburn over 11. I just think that one, Fluky and Coastal Carolina hasn't been as great on the road, but also it's a little bit of a hedge on if Samuel Dutton doesn't have the greatest start, because in his last 3 starts, he's kind of been leaking oil down the stretch of the year. He's not a power arm by any means. This isn't a guy that Coastal Carolina hasn't seen all season. Dutton's really only going to give you low 90s with, some pitch to contact type stuff. If Coastal Carolina is able to put the ball and play on against him and they find some holes, they could score some runs here. And I'm not ruling that out. So I'm not necessarily so confident in Auburn money line in this specific game. I think throughout the entire series, they should fare pretty well against for the most part, right-handed pitching heavy Coastal Carolina staff. Ike Irish is just on an absolute tear right now. And Auburn and their young squad as well has been playing pretty good as they kind of went through their regional like a chainsaw through hot butter. So that wraps up the show. When you ask me my favorite play of the day, it would be the Louisville money line, but it's -175. So if you don't love that one, my favorite play of the day would be that Coastal Carolina Auburn over 11. But if you're looking for a money line, I would point you to Oregon State. I hope that all helps you guys out. A nice, easy 28 minutes in, 20 minutes, and it's out. This has been Noah Bieniek of the College Baseball Experience. I almost said the Coastal Carolina Experience, which that's a hell of an experience. They're going to school down there in Myrtle Beach. I would love to do that. But this has been the College Baseball Experience. I hope you all enjoyed it. We'll be back here tomorrow, Sunday, for daily picks throughout Super Regionals. We'll be here tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. I forgot Saturday in the between there. But yeah, daily picks every single day throughout Super Regionals, every single day throughout the NCAA tournament. We'll be here on the College Baseball Experience. Thank you all for tuning in. You better start thinking about your experience. And we are out of here.